Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us, we're going to take a look at the 2023 Ford F250 SuperDuty Lariat. This is finished off in Star White Metallic. They have a starting MSRP right around $61,000. This is a massive full-size truck that has a lot of capabilities, a lot of different engine options as well. So maybe you already saw that badge. But underneath the hood of this one, this is the 6.7 liter Power Stroke turbo diesel V8. It is paired to the 10-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 475 horsepower, 1,050 pound-feet of torque. That power is primarily sent to the rear wheels. However, this truck also has the four-wheel drive system. It weighs in around 6,400 pounds, will do 0 to 60, 7.5 seconds. Top speed is 125. And as we move on to the exterior styling now, let's start off with SuperDuty, which is stamped at the end of the hood with the black and the red outlines. Really nice touch to see. A lot of chrome for this model. Within the grille, it's surrounding the Ford logo with the integrated forward-facing camera. This has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. You'll notice the DRL has a really nice C-shaped design to it, with the turn signal in the middle, headlights and high beams, of course. A little bit different than the previous models. Fog lights are in the lower section where there's all the parking sensors, even tow hooks. And then check out this inlet right here to provide even more cooling. There's the lower air dam too to help with some of the aerodynamics. Now on the side, this has a set of 20-inch wheels finished off in chrome. More chrome with the 250 badge. It's even on the Power Stroke logo and the mirror caps. Now these are telescoping, so they will come out to give you better visibility when you're towing. They have the turn signal and a spotlight on them too. More chrome in the lower section of the windows, as well as on the power side steps. They're on the door handles too. When you open the door, this makes it much easier to enter and exit. You'll notice there's a nice line too, running all the way to the back, and this even gets a bed step up front. So it makes it much easier to grab items in the front of the bed. You can also do that in the back without opening that tailgate. This has a dual exhaust on the passenger side, SuperDuty, just like up front, with the backup camera, chrome in the bumper end caps, all the parking sensors. It can even tow right around 22,000 pounds. Payload capacity is 4,000. And we have remote start. Really good option, especially for a diesel. You can let that warm up. You can also deploy the tailgate or use the button up top, of course. You'll notice that other spotlight right there. No spray and bed liner for this option, but you have a huge bed for any items you'd like to place. There's tie-down hooks, even dome lights as well. You have that control to turn them on. There is a tape measure or ruler at the end of the tailgate, as well as the step ladder. So you can pull this out, lock it into place, and from there, this is a tall bed. I would not want to jump up and down from this if I was using this all of the time. Nothing new from Ford, but it's a great option, especially if you're in and out of this multiple times a day. Super easy too, so it really takes no time to do that. Tailgate is pretty lightweight too, even with that full mechanism. Now as we look at the rear, check out the two-tone interior that we have for the door panel. Lots of storage space, release handle, really cool upper design, Bang & Olufsen sound system, and then that same two-tone design for these back seats. Now what I love is you can lock these up. With the other one locked up, you can actually pull this tray up too, and then you can lock that into place and have separated items, or have it down like it is for some more storage. And then it's nice that you have a grab handle for all of your passengers. It's a tall truck, so it's helpful. Plenty of space down below, storage pockets, cup holders, even heated seats, and a lot of auxiliaries if you need to use those. You have the armrest with cup holders in the middle, the electronic sliding rear glass, full moonroof too. Very spacious for backseat passengers. You can have full-size adults with you, especially if you're going from job site to job site. You can pack a lot of people. Front door panel is just like the rear. However, all the window adjustments, side mirror adjustments, this is how you can deploy these side mirrors. There's even memory seating adjustments as well. And then same design for the front seats. Even the Bang & Olufsen logo with a speaker and the headrest, which is pretty cool to see. Let's fire this back up though, if I can find it. There we go. We got leather for the steering wheel, cruise and adaptive cruise control settings with your music and Bluetooth, Right side, you have a few other controls, but then you can also go through the gauge cluster. On the left side is the tach, right side is miles per hour. There is some fixed information in the upper section. And then you can also scroll through the rest of this. So you can go into your phone, your audio, you have vehicle maintenance and settings. And then my view is actually customizable. So currently, these are the items that are shown in my view. And like I said, you can go through and customize them in that setting right there, or you can go through everything individually. Trip and fuel, you have the head-up display, gauges to go into, even the off-road that you can monitor, towing, and then even navigation. So it's really cool. Now up top, the head-up display will actually change too, depending on what you need it to see. So if we go into the drive mode layout, you can go into tow and haul, or you can even go into off-road. So it will show you vitals, just depending on the mode, which is pretty awesome to see. And that's pretty much it. Now to put this into reverse, we have the column mounted shifter that will pop up with the backup camera where you have several angles that you can go into. So just depending on what you need to see, top down view is on that right side. And then this also has a manual setting. Just push the M on the outside of that stalk, and now you can use plus and minus to shift through the gears. So if you're towing, makes it very beneficial. Now we do get adjustable pedals, the e-brake, we have all of the headlight, fog light adjustments, the bed cargo light, along with dimmer switches, and then the spotlights for the side view mirrors. And if you double tap that, the tailgate will deploy. A little bit of space up top. We have the engine braking, a shortcut to the camera system, so it will actually pull up the forward-facing camera. So that is how you can gain access to that. You have a few other rear-facing camera angles as well, and you can even pull up the side view mirrors. If you have a trailer, that gives you a lot more visibility. There's parking sensors, traction control, and the hazards are up top as well. Now there's a few different angles that you can get for this camera or the infotainment system. You can shut it off, you have the date and the time there, and then you can go back to all of the info. Now in the lower section, shortcuts to your audio, along with phone that you can get into. You can go into your nav, go through your phone information. There's a few apps and then settings to go into. So you can configure all this as needed, and a few different features that are really neat to see. Now you can also scroll through this far right side, which is nice. So you have the split screen view, so you can have multiple information going at once. This has a pro trailer system with the braking system as well, all the four-wheel drive modes. And then there's power and volume for the radio, tuning, a few other controls for that, and all the AC controls are laid out very well. So we do have temperature dials, fan speed, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, a few other controls there. And then we have the wood trim for this cover, which does reveal wireless charging and a lot more storage. You get a little bit in the middle, even more behind that with 2 cup holders. Now you can turn this into 4 cup holders just by sliding over that tray, so it just depends on what you have. More storage space underneath that you can utilize too, and then a lot of space in this glove box. You have no shortage of interior space. You even have 2 glove boxes, so up top and the one that is down below. And then we have a sunglass holder up top with all of these auxiliaries. So if you have lights, compressors, anything that you want to hook up, you can easily put them there. And it's a pickup truck, so you really don't have any blind spots. There's a ton of visibility in all directions. We have that full moonroof too with those controls. Well, let's get this out on the road. And we'll pop it into the manual setting and give it some gas. It's actually pretty responsive. I wouldn't say you would sit there and do this all day, but for the towing capabilities and purposes, it is nice to have if you need to drop a gear for whatever reason. But seems pretty responsive for that slight acceleration that I did with it. And as far as turning radius goes, it's a huge truck, but don't let that deter you. If you need these capabilities, obviously you're going to get it, but not all that bad for that quick turnaround. And of course, you'll just have to find where you need to park because it is such a long truck. But behind the wheel now of this F250 SuperDuty, really nice place to be. I love all the materials for this particular model. Pretty much fully loaded, so it gives you a very nice interior, something you can daily drive with the amount of tech that is offered for this. I think it's a really nice place to be. And even bumps like that, it's super comfortable. That's what I love about all these new trucks too. They've made them so much more refined than what a pickup truck used to be, that you're just driving almost a normal vehicle in a sense as far as the comfortability, things like that. Not quite as refined, of course, as some other brands, but for a truck like this, very luxurious, especially for the price. You would expect something that's going to drive just like it does. Now you can hear a little bit of that diesel engine. It's not overkill though, so driving this on a daily basis would be perfectly fine. I do like that it doesn't seem as loud as some previous models or older pickup trucks where you heard that diesel coming down the road. If we give it a little bit of gas, it's almost hard to tell that it is a diesel. Obviously this model is, but from the driver's seat it almost sounds like a normal engine. So they have toned back that noise, which I think is great. If you want to hear that diesel, you'll just have to go with something else. But I personally, I think it's definitely a more daily driver friendly to have it a little bit quieter. But with one more acceleration, that is going to wrap it up for this 2023 Ford F250 SuperDuty Lariat. Once again, a huge shout out to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this massive truck for me. Check out their website, give the video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.